Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I don't know, but basically we rode up to the Viking game last year, got sick.
I tell you, next year he's going to ask for the highest contract in the NFL. I'm a nut, right?
I mean, like Matt, where you made fun of
Yeah,
him.
but Matt's cool now, though.
He's
That's
cool
the
now.
thing.
You said in high school.
Well, yeah, I don't
if
know.
I went fencing and won a gold medal, it would
But
be
there's
cool.
a difference between dressing up like a knight in shining armor and going poke, poke versus like sleep, 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 sleep. I don't know.
Lovely sound effects.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
We have taken this show on the road for the, this is the first time ever all three of us are doing this show on the road? Or I just have bad memory?
I think so.
We haven't been doing the show that long.
This show, yes, this new one.
Matt,
yeah.
yes, you and I have done shows together.
Well, no, I was trying to think of the one, like, because we were just at the
We were at a
Beaver Dam
golf
golf
course.
outing, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was a part of that
Molly,
for a little bit.
Yep, jumped onto that.
But
Also, we did another.
As Jim, Matt, and Molly, this might be our first.
Jumped on. I was asked. Let's be honest.
All right.
Yeah, Jim.
Jeez. Yes, we asked you.
Your vernacular
you graced,
was all wrong there.
You graced us with your presence.
Her presence is her presence.
It is. We are here at Dave & Buster's in Tosa. I don't like saying Wauwatosa. The Wawa part is just weird. I don't know about you guys. Like
I think
Baby
it's
talk?
fun.
What?
It's quintessential Wisconsin, and I love everything Wisconsin, so I'm here for it.
All right. You got just this guy. We got
Oh, come
Primetime
on.
Wollersheim here. He is getting our stream set up, I believe. He's looking stressed out. So now we get stressed out,
But
Ryan.
at least he looks
right
super
next to us.
handsome in his Team USA pullover.
He does.
Take that.
You are wearing your Team USA gear since
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't see us on the stream right now. Molly is wearing the Jordan Love jersey that was given to her family, and then you stole it, or was it given to you?
No, I borrowed it for the day.
Oh, you still don't claim rights of it yet? No.
No, because my husband said if he wants to like sell it, then because it was given to my stepson.
your
So if he
stepson,
wants to sell it, then he can. Which to me, I'm like, no, and I'm not going to buy it from him because I'm not going to pay money for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, well, why not? You
that
pay
is
your
where-
stepson, then it's like, it's in the family. He's
Yeah.
Just liberate it.
yeah.
That's what that's called.
He's trying to start a Pokemon business right now too. He decided that today, so I got to buy like a sticker gun, like a price gun for him now.
So you work that into the trade here.
Maybe.
Yeah, a little trade of services. I got Matt Hamilton trying to broker some shoe deals for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I gotta lock those down during the break. People, those people are getting annoyed with me because I haven't really. I'm like, I gotta run it by Matt. I don't know what the right number is.
You got to run
so.
it by your shoe guy.
I do gotta run it by my shoe guy. Matt Hamilton's absolutely my shoe guy. I got some shoes. I got extra shoes that I'm not gonna wear, and I gotta know what to do with them. Matt's gonna help me.
And it's all about getting him into shoes that he will wear.
Yes, exactly.
go.
I would take this cash and spend it. It's not quite a business. It's more of like, hey, I want to have some discretionary shoe funds.
Yeah.
So then my wife's like,
Brilliant.
you spend all this money on his shoes. I go, mind your business. But also, I have money for shoes. So it all works out. Again, we are at Dave & Buster's. But Wauwatosa, I mentioned to my kids because they're like, where are you going to be tonight? And I was like, Wauwatosa. And they both laughed at the Wawa part.
Right.
And I was like, you can just call it Tosa. I feel like, and you can chime in 844-770-3776. We do have, and this is one of the tasks I've tasked Ryan with, but he's first getting us up and running here with the stream. He'll give me all the names of all our fans coming in. We'll give them a shout-out to do this fantasy football league with us. I believe 9 are coming. We've made the executive decision that each one of us will have our own team. So I think a 12-team league is more fun.
Okay.
Than a 10-team league.
Yeah, 10-team team is.
The only bright side of the 10-team league is you feel like your team is absolutely stacked.
Yes, but 12 is a fair number.
Right, it's
our,
the right number for fantasy.
Yeah, our ESPN league, like our team one, I swear this last year, there was like 37 teams. Like you were like getting guys off practice squads when you had a few injuries. You're like, I hope this guy gets activated. I don't know. I'm down 3 wide receivers. I got nothing. So I think that's a big part of it. And we are going to have a good time. And I want to talk I'm not a big fantasy football guy, so we can kind of start with that. I do it because it's social, and
It's awesome.
it's not awesome.
It's
Here's the
social.
thing. Fantasy football is kind of a grind, but the draft is legit the best part.
Yes,
This is the
that's
best part
literally
of it.
the only thing I care about.
Especially because it's a live draft, too.
Yes.
Like, there's so many times you do, like, either a slow draft or it might take, like, weeks, like I just got done doing, or that you've got, like, the online one where everyone agrees to get it
Yeah.
together online.
Yeah.
An in-person draft is pretty legit.
I will
So,
give you that.
I'm pretty pumped for this, the fact that it's a live draft.
I will give you that because, honestly, that's a big part of why I don't like it. I need to get talked back into fantasy football. The non-live draft is part of it because then what happens is you have kids, you get married, like, I don't have a lot of free time, so it's always at an inconvenient time. So what happens is, like, I'm watching, like, something with my wife, and I'll get the alert that da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I got to pick again. And then I just, all right, this guy's the highest rated pick.
whatever's
And, like, that's the investment into it.
Oh,
and
no.
so, but also I don't really care. Most of the leagues, I'm in a Carbon World Health League, and I like doing a part of that one because I like them. But that one's online as well. And so,
Like us, right?
But, like, I can see – you're right. I do the ESPN one because I like some of you. And then, like, we're doing today because I like our fans. And then sometimes Just the Cheese David will invite me to his league. And I know David. I don't know anyone else in the group. So I don't know if I want to do that one because I know one person in it. So I'm kind of
Right.
like,
So
Probably a lot of jelly beans to get into that league, too.
yeah.
So have you guys done like live drafts like this before? Because I never have.
Oh, yeah.
Never. Well, okay,
Oh.
I literally only started playing fantasy football 2 years ago.
Can we just start with the name, first of all? Like, that already is like, what are you going to do? Play fantasy football?
Well, you know what I think of? I think of Knocked Up when the husband is like sneaking away to go to like his fantasy baseball league.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
fantasy
talking
baseball
about?
is next level nerdom.
Yeah,
That is
that's
next
insane. Have you ever done NBA?
No.
We've started doing NBA in like our family. It is terrible. I literally pick the team. I don't look at it again. I don't change anything throughout the whole season. Then I get last place every single time.
It already throws me off enough that the football plays Thursday, Sunday, and Monday,
Yep.
and near the end of
Sometimes
the
Saturday.
season, sometimes Saturday. So, like, I've got enough on my plate just trying to deal with football, and they only take up 4 of the 7 days. Mm-hmm. And mostly it's just 3. So, yeah, I couldn't imagine having to, like, baseball where you're like, they play 4 games this week, 5 games this week.
Yeah, no, I don't have the bandwidth for that. I did like the NBA once. Like again, Good Karma did one. We had a lot of people who were super in the NBA. Same thing. I was like, I forgot, and you forget like 1 week and you're cooked.
Yep.
So I like, it's a lot to manage. It's a lot to be a part of, and it honestly at the same time. And look, I'm all for just owning. Being dorky, like I like Star Wars, and like I got the new college football game. I get a real kick out of playing it. So I'm not judging others for their nerdum.
You're not yucking their yum.
Exactly, but this is a equivalent yum, in my opinion, to like Dungeons and Dragons. This is like Dungeons and
Ooh.
Dragons for sports fans.
I mean,
See, Dungeons and Dragons though is like a full day's worth of things. Like people that I've talked to that do play it, like
Yeah.
you got costumes, you got
right.
like you
Well,
got
I
like
mean,
a
we kinda
potluck
have
going all
costumes,
day.
right? We're all wearing jerseys.
Well, some
Now
of
you
us
can
are.
see 'em.
Some of us followed the rules, but
Hey,
you didn't.
I brought one.
He
I
did.
brought a jersey.
He'll put
It
it
is
on.
just time for Olympic Matt to
All
be here.
right, that's fair.
Once
Only
we
because you're a
start
gold
this
medalist.
draft, once we start this draft, I'm going to be. I'll have my star jersey on. We'll be in good shape.
Okay, fine.
All right, yeah. So now you can see us on the stream. Shout out to Primetime Lowersheim for getting that set up there. I am in.
Not my jam, if I'm being honest. I think they're so uncomfortable. I think they're like, they just don't look cute either.
Well,
so
thanks.
don't
I
judge.
appreciate it. I
Well,
thought I looked
okay,
good
but
today.
you're a
I think
guy.
you look great.
They're not good on girls.
I think you agree.
Don't like it.
Do they not sell
Appreciate it.
women's jerseys? I don't know.
They do, but they're always like very feminine, where like they either have like sparkles or like a low cut V and like all this, and it's just like, okay, you just made this for chicks.
Can
like
we
you can
just
tell.
get a normal jersey with just a little cut, right? That's all you're looking for?
Like just something a bit,
Shaped
bit
a
more
little bit better?
form
Yeah.
fitting.
Well, the other
not
part with the
form fitting.
jerseys-
Like
Shapes.
I'm filling it out already with this with the stomach I got, but
You have an excuse.
it's fair.
With this jersey I bought here, I had one earlier. You buy a large jersey and you swim in it. And I did some research. I haven't bought a jersey in forever. My dad gave me a large jersey, an Urlacher one. I hate it, one, because I don't really want to be associated with Urlacher anymore. But two, I feel like I'm swimming in it.
I like swimming in the jersey.
No,
I size up.
It feels like a pajama shirt. And so, look, I'm working
I
on a
would love to
carbon.
have a pajama
I want to show out. I want to show up the muscles. I want to show how trim I am. And so I got the medium But I think it fits all right. My wife gave me this.
No,
She's
looks
the one that
good.
gives me the hardest time if I wear anything that's a little bit tighter, but I think this works.
Right.
They don't say like the size anymore. Do you remember back in the day
yeah, it
they
had
used to
the
say like
number on it,
XL
yeah.
or like whatever it would
Yeah,
be?
or 58. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they had on there.
So
yeah,
my
that's
whole
kind of a
thing
tell.
as a kid, I liked the larger jerseys because it's like you never know when you got to throw some pads on and you need your jersey to fit over your pads.
that's
That
fair.
reminds
So
me.
it's still like ingrained in me. It's like maybe the Packers will call.
Don't you have like a belly shirt jersey, or am I making
When
that
I was
up?
a kid, I did.
No,
Yeah.
don't you have one that you
Still?
wore like recently? I swear you have like
A belly
like
shirt
a mesh.
jersey?
You have like a mesh crop top. I swear.
No, I
to God.
don't. But I'd probably rap
I swear he's worn it into the office. I
a
swear.
mesh crop top.
I think this was a trope that
No.
you
Wow.
somehow have created as real life.
No, I swear you have.
I think it was a joke we were doing. That you were
No,
gonna do
I
that.
am pretty sure that I've seen him wear it.
I'll
Unless
go
like
home and double check.
Now, Matt Hamilton gives off wears a crop top to the office vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you know like the weird brother in 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
That's like what I'm envisioning Matt wears.
Cut off jean shorts and a crop top jersey. Honestly, I don't hate the look. I think I could pull that look off if I had a crop top shirt.
You and Bo Allen could probably both pull it off
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
All right, we'll see if we'll see if I can't come across that in my house. I don't think I have one though.
Bo Allen,
I don't think that was
a
me.
guest of ours. Yes, that was someone else.
Yeah, Molly.
Silly me.
That was Maddie Hayes, our social media queen. She came in crop top, whole thing. You just got her mixed up with Matt. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, and we are at Dave & Buster's. We are going to talk about some fantasy football throughout. So I guess initially what I want to do, you can chime in and try to talk me into being excited about fantasy football, but I also want to hear from who are your top fantasy sleepers for the Packers. 844-770-3776. Like, for an example, like I even think Dontavian Wicks is still a sleeper. For Packer fans, he's not, but like for the rest of, so obviously if you're doing a league in Wisconsin, that might not be a sleeper
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
But the Malik Heath, Bo Melton, Tucker Kraft, like someone you might take a flyer on,
I mean-
like as your last pick. Hey, I'll have 4 or 5 I'll have an extra running back.
Right.
And that sort of pick. So you can chime in. Who is your fantasy football sleeper for the Green Bay Packers? 844-770-3776. No sleeping on Canopy Wealth Management. They will help create a customized financial plan that is right for you and your family. You will reach your financial goals. They will map out a plan. They'll help you work that plan. Go to canopy-wealth.com. Again, that's canopy-wealth.com. Get started on your financial journey with them today. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Hannibal Burris. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, playing smooth jams right after sports. Y'all still playing the smooth jams, right?
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishop's Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting the Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishop's Bay Country Club, The Tasting Room, Incredible Bank, Celebrations Entertainment, Hush Blackwell, Vortex Optics, and Zippo Lighters. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Searching for the perfect brunch spot this weekend? Look no further than the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., indulge in the Great Dane sweet and savory brunch menu paired with mimosas, Bloody Marys, or one of their signature beers on tap. Enjoy at any of their 4 Madison area pubs, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Learn more and view the full menu at GreatDanePub.com/brunch. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Bucks stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
What's on Tap? Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time.
Collect a Bob Uecker Harry Doyle bobblehead at the Brewers game on August 17th, courtesy of Chevrolet. Inspired by Uecker's legendary role in the film Major League, the first 30,000 fans through the gates will get this special bobble. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball and Miller Lite.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. We are in Tosa for the ESPN Wisconsin fantasy football draft. Ryan's going to get us the names of everyone coming over to compete. But if you are coming over and you're part of our group, come by and say hi. You'll see us when you come in. Just look to the left when you come in, and you'll see us. And then
we're in front of the giant TV screens. You can't miss us.
I actually didn't see our group at first because I was like, "Oh my god, this place is huge."
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Where is it?" And then I see Ryan just waving.
Here's the thing: it's not a sports book, but it looks like a sports book. We're in the sports book area.
Yeah, kind of.
But that's not where the draft will be.
We'll be in some.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not.
No, we'll be drafting in some private rooms in the back.
Oh, I thought we were gonna. All right. I thought we were going to have the Bears Hall of Fame game going on the giant
screen. The game
screen.
better be on in the private room.
I've heard it is.
Yeah, I'm even curious about the Hall of Fame game.
Well,
is Caleb Williams playing?
No, none of the starters are playing. And historically, starters don't play. Like whoever they're playing are not playing the starters either.
When the Cowboys were on Hard Knocks, Micah Parsons was playing his rookie year.
Historically, they don't. And when was the date of it? Because the Bears – because this is the Bears have been in pads just like the Packers about 4 days.
3 years ago, maybe?
Okay, but I mean like
the actual date?
Yeah, so the Bears, that's why teams don't do it, is that their players have only been in pads for 4 or 5 days and not putting their starters out there.
This feels very early, doesn't it?
It does. And just like if I would guarantee if the Packers are playing in this game, their starters aren't playing. There might be a few guys, like Khalil Herbert, as we talk fantasy. Like he's a guy that is maybe a starter, but he's also on the roster bubble. Because they signed Swift, they have a second-round pick or a third, fourth-round pick with Sean Johnson, who they really like. So, he also could be a guy who's cut, so they want him to try to prove himself, but historically has been a starter. So there could be some players like that mixing in there, but you're not going to put your franchise QB. Now, he might not turn out to be one, but he is the guy who's been drafted to be that out there with a bunch of backups. He's been drafted to be that.
I wouldn't hate it. I just it's just kind of one of those games. I've been to a preseason game. I've paid for the tickets before. They're the cheapest tickets you can get, obviously. It's a very easy access to that game. And I guess with this, there's a bit more with it being in Canton and all, like, the cool stuff with it. But, like, why do people go? Like, they get a decent crowd from what I remember seeing in the past. So I'm curious to see what they have this year. But
the Hall of Fame game is even a weirder why do you go. I guess if you're in the area, maybe you'd go because – if you want to go, you're right. It's just like any NFL team. As much as the Packers are great, but like if you want to see a Bear game, your best chance to go see it is going to be, as far as affordability, a preseason game. Right. So that's why you go.
You know what? One thing I don't think we should sleep on, especially for a lot of us northern teams.
Yeah.
It can't beat the weather.
True.
For preseason games. Like, as long as it's not raining.
Sometimes the weather is brutal.
You can have a great time tailgating prior to because the weather's good. You're in T-shirt and shorts. It's a different vibe going to the game when you got to wear, like, your Carhartts and your boots
but I would
stuff.
almost prefer that because it's like I've been to family night, right?
Yeah.
That is this week. Like, it's right around the same time every single year. It is hot. It is humid. You're sitting on metal bleachers. You're squished closer than we are right now. And, like, it's just sweaty and sticky, that I would actually prefer just wearing a winter coat and like full-on snowsuit than being in 90-degree heat, honestly. But also, I'm very weird because I would prefer to, like, I one day want to go to a Packer game that is like negative 30 degrees. That is my dream.
I think that's
a non-starter for me. I wouldn't go see the Bears in that kind of weather, but no.
I'm with you. I would prefer to be.
There's just something about it that, like, I mean, it's the.
I think we should ask our fans: would you rather be too hot or too cold?
At games?
Yeah, we can ask that. 844-770-3776. Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Dave in Deerfield says, Matt, thoughts on the Olympics so far? My favorite two events in sports. Prefer winter just a bit more.
So far, I've had a blast with it. Like, I watched a little bit of swimming last night. Katie Ledecky is a freak. She beat her own Olympic record by like 5 seconds or something, and then she beat the next fastest person by like 15. Incredible. I watched some ping pong this morning, and again, it wasn't USA. It was Korea versus Japan.
Table tennis.
Korea jumped out to a 3-game lead, and then Japan won 3 in a row back, and they went to like basically overtime in the 7th game. Korea was able to hold on for the win, but it's electric. The Olympics, I don't know what it is about it, just electric. Maybe because it is every 4 years, but I just get so excited for some of these sports like curling that get their moment in the sun for 2 weeks every 4 years, and I'm just so super here for it.
I'll be honest. I think I've watched a grand total of 6 minutes of the Olympics live. I don't have interest, but I am enjoying the social part of it. Like right now, there was a lot of social, and then I would go back and watch some of the videos about it. But there was a shooting competition at the Olympics, and there's a Turkish shooter who was wearing like a T-shirt and just regular glasses. And the story behind him is that he is the only guy there who wasn't like in this like full-on shooting outfit with all these fancy, like everyone else there has got all these fancy glasses on with all these different sort of like tracking device, different things to help and cut down glare and all this stuff. And he looks like a guy. It'd be like if Matt's just like, sure, I'll try it. Boom, gets silver. And so I love that all the nerds who are like all nerded out in all their fancy shooting gear, the large majority, everyone but one, fell behind this guy who honestly gives off the vibe of like he's a hitman. And they're like, hey, what do you think about the Olympics? We'll keep you out of prison if you go compete in the Olympics. Because his quote was, when they asked him about it, he goes, I'm just a natural shooter. Which
I'm just a born killer.
So, and he looks like Ryan, honestly. He gives off primetime Rorschach.
I mean,
Ryan's a serial killer, so it tracks.
He looked older, too, right? Is that the same guy?
Can you Google this
guy
so I can
he didn't look like, first of all, my first Olympics when I was 27 turning 28 or 28 turning 29, I was the old guy at the Olympics my first go-around, so I can only imagine what this guy.
So you can even see the juxtaposition of what they're wearing. As I'm bringing this up at we're at Jim, Matt, and Molly here. We're bringing it up on the show. So you got one person on the left who's got like a full-on little outfit, backwards hat, and I don't know how you would describe. They basically look like they're wearing sunglasses on top of their prescription glasses, and they're very trying to look cool and badass in it. And then you got someone who looks like the father of that person who's like, no, son, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And so that's why.
He kind of looks like the guy in Taken. What's his name? Liam Neeson? Is that his name?
Yeah.
But like a nerdier version of him?
Yeah.
But you
like
said
if Liam Neeson did fantasy football drafts?
Yeah, basically. So you said he got the silver?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he could have gotten gold if he would have worn all the goofy stuff.
But I honestly, I think it's worth it. Like, he is not – nobody knows. Nobody's going to ever know who won gold on that. They know the Turkish shooter because he's the one that's like, screw all your fancy little stuff. Like, it'd be like – if like I think in, like, regular terms, it'd be like the person who could – what's the golf equivalent of this? Of the guys like – take all your fancy
John Daly.
Yeah.
John Daly was going out there ripping darts and having beers and
smoking
Captain
ciggies.
Coats.
Yeah. But like they don't use the range find. They don't use anything. Like I can eyeball it. I know how far away it is. I can hit with blades. Like it's just more of like I'm wearing my my golf shoes that are
sneakers.
Yeah, my regular sneakers, basketball shorts, and a T-shirt. And I'm gonna go out here and go win the AmFam championship. Like that's what the kind of the equivalent of this guy being like. You know what? Screw it all. All of your stuff. And I carry my own bag. I carry my clubs. I have 4 clubs.
Yeah.
Tin Cup. That's basically what this guy is.
Happy Gilmore.
Or Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
Right?
I prefer. Can I give a hot take? I prefer Tin Cup as a golf movie over Happy Gilmore.
I've never seen Tin Cup. You've talked about it numerous times, and I've never watched it yet, so I need to.
They're too different.
They are. I didn't say better. I said I prefer.
Yeah.
What's the other one with the gopher?
Caddyshack?
Caddyshack.
No, I think
Where does that
Caddyshack
one land
that's
on your
goated
list?
to me. Like that's number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore is great, and I love Happy Gilmore, and I enjoy it. So I'm not saying that I don't think it's awesome.
Right.
I'm just saying that like Tin Cup, there's something. It's like a better sports movie. I think is probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual golf part of it, and like the mentality of it, and that part. That's why I'm not. Again, I love Happy Gilmore, but like I just like Tin Cup. I'm also a big Kevin Costner stan. I've come across. Like
Fair.
I mean
Yellowstone.
He's been in, so many
been in a
movies.
million things.
Untouchables.
Was Costner in, was it Waterworld?
Yeah, he was in Waterworld.
Yeah.
He's been in some big bombs, but he's been in some like the
Waterworld
biggest.
just cost him so much money.
It was good though. I watched it. I enjoyed it.
I've never even heard of that.
He was in Wyatt Earp.
Never heard of that.
Waterworld.
Field of Dreams.
Oh my
Field
God.
of Dreams. Yep. Why can I think of the minor league baseball movie he was in? That's like the baseball movie everyone references. Riley, do you know this movie I'm thinking of? Is Riley's back at
Riley's a
the
movie
Everlight
guy.
Solar Studio?
Baseball movie that you can't think of. Could you give me some more context?
Kevin Costner.
It's
Kevin
like,
Costner.
With Kevin Costner. With
Oh.
Susan Sarandon. It's like they're in the minor leagues. It's the movie for like baseball fans. Absolute Bull Durham.
Yep. Okay.
Bull Durham.
Yeah.
It's like one of the classic ones
I
out
bet
there.
Ryan would have known that. if he was
Probably.
sitting here.
Oh, we have like 2 texts already from Robin Madison and Eastside Derek that says Bull Durham.
Thank you,
I didn't even
guys.
think that you got your sentence out before they even texted in. Robin Madison also says, I think you're a serial killer if you want to go to a game too hot. Bleep that, says the dude who works in the heat minimum 8 hours per day. Mike in Monroe says, so much easier to dress and stay warm than it is to stay cool. Give me cold all day. For
Right.
sure.
I
And
didn't think this was going to be such a landslide.
Robin Madison also says, in the word of Tin Cup, let the big dog eat. I don't know what that means.
It means hit the driver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but listen,
I got to see the movie.
Yeah.
But Tin Cup isn't part of his whole shtick is that he'll play rounds with like just a 7-iron.
Yeah.
Like he that was like one of the things he would do. He'd just use his 7-iron to play around.
I mean,
the golf.
honestly, I bet you'd be surprised at how well you'd play if you just used a 7-iron. And like a putter.
Yeah, I would not be that surprised. I mean, honestly, like the 7 and the 5 is
best
probably
club,
what I
right?
hit. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Eric and Madison says The Untouchables.
yep, that's one that he was in. Kevin Costner. You can chime in.
Is that another
844.
baseball movie?
Nope.
No, it's
Oh,
just
okay.
a Costner movie.
I don't know. Okay.
It's a mobster movie.
Oh, okay,
The
gotcha.
It's like loosely based on a true story. The Untouchables. I think it's Elliot Ness, but they went out to go get Al Capone, and like they were the ones that like
Gotcha.
cleaned up the streets, and it's a movie about that. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. It's a little campy for my taste, but it's still a good movie. 844-770-3776. What's your favorite Kevin Costner movie?
I got to look it up.
And then should we ask the question, what's a better one? Is it who would play Matt LaFleur or who would play Jordan Love in a movie?
What made you think of this?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about Kevin Costner in movies, in
Oh.
sports movies.
Okay.
Right.
Draft day. Duh. Fantasy fantasy football draft. What are we doing?
Draft day.
Duh.
He is in draft day. He is honestly in a lot of. He's like
Molly's game. He's in that as well.
Yes.
He's the Olympic dad.
He's
Speaking of Olympics,
Superman's dad in Batman vs Superman. I forgot about that. He's been in a lot of things. He's For Love of the Game is a movie that if you remove all the bad romantic scenes, like the rom-com part of it doesn't work. Like Kelly Preston and Kevin Costner, it doesn't make any sense. But the baseball part of if I get an edit of like a 40-minute movie For Love of the Game and it's just baseball, I would watch that probably once a week. The baseball part of it, Matt, have you seen that?
Yeah, it's a love story.
But the baseball part of it, and what makes me think of it, and the reason why I wanted to ask as an athlete is like he does this thing as far as like he does it clear the mechanism. Where like the whole stadium is so loud, everything's going on, and he says that, and it goes, and everything's dead quiet, and it's just him looking at the catcher. And so I'll ask you, like, is there something along those lines where you're able to kind of lock it in? Because at times, the moment, the crowd, everything can get in front of you. We've all felt it on some smaller scale, but obviously on the Olympic level, you're the closest one you are the one that would know that feeling.
Yeah. So one interesting part about curling is, most of the round-robin games, there's 4 games going on at once. So, and especially when there's, wherever you play, someone's the host, and some teams got the home crowd in their favor. And if you're on the ice at the same time, there's no guarantee that their shot doesn't conclude, and maybe it's a really great shot right as you're coming out to throw yours, right? So we were in Switzerland last year for the World Championships. I remember being on the ice with Switzerland. Not only was it super loud when with their crowd there, which is great, I love that kind of like energy, but the rink was actually warmer, so the ice was different. So we actually had to account for different curling conditions, whether Switzerland was playing at the same time as us or not. And yeah, that's that kind of thing. You got to have like tunnel vision, because you never know when someone's going to kind of like move behind your target line, or if the crowd's going to go off. You got to focus. And there's the other movie, Jim, especially because we were talking about golf, that really makes me think of that is the greatest game ever played with Shia LaBeouf?
Yep.
Where they're playing in like 1920, and he same kind of thing.
Yeah.
All the crowd goes away, and it's just him playing golf in a field. I think it's his opponent who does that. It's real. It is certainly real for sports. Actually, Katie Ledecky was talking about how she drowns out everything going on, like whether her body hurts or not when she swims. Same kind of thing. Just you got to distract yourself with something, and a lot of times you can wind up being great.
All right, maybe we can throw this as a poll question to Jim, Matt, and Molly. Is Kevin Costner the greatest sports movie actor of all time?
I'm getting so many texts in right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I asked for sleepers. Last segment, I got Bupkis. Here, I got a million Kevin Costner movies in front of me. Love our audience. But is Kevin Costner, we'll answer it on his side, the greatest sports movie actor of all time? He's got to be on that Mount Rushmore. He could be number one. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like London Depot, the Nitty Gritty in Madison, the Dam Bar, and Dive In.
It would be the best story, not only in tennis, but maybe in sports.
We were just 2 young black girls playing in Compton. This is not normally how that story goes. I looked different. I played different. I was more emotional. I was better. I was stronger. I had muscles. I was something that no one had ever seen before, ever.
Stream the ESPN Plus original series, In the Arena, Serena Williams, presented by Morgan Stanley, now on ESPN Plus.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From
From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career.
That I'm right on this.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Hallman Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, we have a dog, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com. Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Jim Rutledge.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
Matt Hamilton. Help me out. Who is that?
Wisconsin football analyst.
You know what? It feels like Molly's the only one that's being sincere about that. So, Molly, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. We are in Tosa for a fantasy football draft, ESPN Wisconsin. Mark Tauscher is joining. I can't believe we have Mark Tauscher on the show. Mark Tauscher has been whereabouts unknown, and now we have him on the show. And Mark, I thought this was an easier question, but we got a lot of great answers. I still maintain that Kevin Costner is on the Mount Rushmore. But is Kevin Costner the greatest sports movie actor of all time, or do you have another one? We have a lot of different options. There's a lot of great sports movie actors out there.
Yeah, can you kind of give me – I don't think there's any question he's going to be a Mount Rushmore guy. You start looking at all the baseball movies that he's done, then obviously Tin Cup, and then you start looking at he's the GM of the Browns in one of the great draft movies of all time. So who else have people been shooting out? Because I think – there's not a doubt that he's in that conversation.
Well, we haven't. Am I crazy? We haven't asked what other.
No, people have been chiming in. I see Adam Sandler is a name that's been popped up. I saw here. So.
Adam Sandler's greatest. Okay, yeah. We were. Let's see. Top 5: Kevin Costner, Burt Reynolds, The Rock, Denzel Washington, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Sylvester Stallone, obviously, with both. Rocky is the GOAT when it comes to sports movies. He's got 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. Apollo Creed. Yeah, I think you're looking for some versatility. Sylvester Stallone is a great boxer. He also is a great arm wrestler and over the top. I think a lot of people forget about his championship and over the top. So I think he has to be in the mix because he was always like the guy. Whereas with Costner, he's a GM. I'm going Stallone, I think, and until I hear something better that pops across your desk.
What about Woody Harrelson? How do you feel about Woody Harrelson?
White Men Can't Jump. What else? What other sports movies?
He was in Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell, the basketball movie.
Yeah.
He was in Kingpin as the bowler.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And then, not that it's necessarily real sports, but he was in the Hunger Games where they're playing for their lives.
Archery, right?
Yeah, archery.
That's an Olympic sport.
Olympic sport. Javelin, maybe?
Just circling back. So Kevin Costner was in For Love of the Game. He was the star pitcher in that. Tin Cup, Bull Durham, McFarland USA, Field of Dreams, Draft Day, and American Flyers. Those are the sports movies that Kevin Costner has been in.
That's going to be tough to not put him in. He is at the top of the list. I mean, him and I think if you look at Sylvester Stallone, I think you have 2 of your 4. Then it's just figuring out who else you want to put in the mix with those two.
And with Stallone and Costner, and I think this matters into as well, they actually look like, and so Mark will kind of follow up with it, and then we'll get to some real stuff here, but they actually look like they could play the sport.
Well, that's
from
the
football.
Yeah.
From the football side of it, what actor have you seen you've been like, this guy could do it?
No, I think James Vanderbeek in Varsity Blues deserves a lot of credit. I just don't know if he's got the chops as far as anything else. Vanderbeek with Varsity Blues is right there. I'm trying to remember the program, if there's anybody the program, and then you have different guys playing quarterback. But Costner did it. He pitched. You got Ricky Vaughn in a Major League. Jake Taylor. That's what you're looking for. It can't just be they put the move. Like Adam Sandler, a good basketball player by all accounts, but I have a hard time putting him in that mix, even though he's done a ton of sports movies.
I would say the one guy, and I don't know how many sports movie, obviously The Longest Yard, the original one, the good one. The other one is fine, but Burt Reynolds, he was he was a really good college athlete before he blew out his knee at Florida State. So you could tell he played. And that whole, I think Nitschke was in that movie. Like that movie is a pretty good football movie.
We're talking about guys that, we're talking about the acting part of it, right? We're not talking just because they were great.
I know, but Burt's a great actor too, but I think that's the only one he's been in. He was on someone's Mount Rushmore for sports movie actors.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put him in there. I think those other two have bigger chops and more, I guess, cred when it comes to the IMDb pay, whatever you call that. I think those two, and there must be somebody else that we're forgetting about, but I think those two definitely kind of ring the bell.
So I had to obviously look this one up, but Paul Newman seems to be popping up quite a bit for me. But
great
Pool
salad
Hustler,
dressing.
does that count?
Really good. Yeah, I mean, you got Jackie Gleason was in that movie, The Sting. You got to be. I think you got to have at minimum three movies that you can easily come to, and with Stallone you can do that, and obviously with Costner you can do that. I don't know enough about Paul Newman to give you a good sense on that.
Tausch, I'm going to ask you a Packers question. So you were out when the Jordan Love news broke. One, were you bummed that it happened when you were out? I know you guys did some digi-only stuff, which was fun. But were you bummed with that? And two, were you surprised by the contract at all?
I was not surprised by the contract at all. I think we all kind of assumed, and Lord knows we spent enough time this offseason on the Jordan Love contract. I wasn't bummed. I mean, I was really surprised that it didn't get done on that Monday before training camp opened. I think what pushed it over the edge is the Packers they understood that they needed Jordan Love in there, and you can't, for as much as you want to get everything done the way you want it done, sometimes you have to just look at the big picture and say, all right, maybe a couple $1 million in guarantees or whatever was the final sticking points were. It feels like the Packers decided, you know what, we're going to stick to what we do, but we need Jordan here because this football team needs him in these practices. It can't just be he's here. He's got to be out there on the field. So I was not bummed. It obviously, anytime you have to, you want to be around when there's big breaking news like that. But I think we all knew it was going to happen. And as far as how it was structured, and I think the Packers got themselves in a position where they had to give up maybe a little bit more than they wanted. But if he is as good as we all think he's going to be, they'll be redoing his contract in 3 or 4 years would be my guess.
Do you think he'll be a Hall of Fame quarterback? Because Evan Cohen, not Jim Rutledge, Evan Cohen said that basically in today's football there's two ways to win a Super Bowl. That's either be a Hall of Fame quarterback or a future Hall of Fame quarterback or be on a rookie scale deal. So either Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl this year or he's got to be Super Bowl winner. So my take is this is the year for the Green Bay Packers. This is the year for the Packers to win the Super Bowl. Jordan Love is very affordable.
He's affordable this year, and he's very affordable next year. If you start looking at how this thing is structured, his cap hits, I think, all the way through the fourth year are under $45 million, which I know
it's over
a lot of money.
10%, which is over 10%, and only 4 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl over 10% in the last 30 years.
Don't.
I'm just telling you. I'm just
I
telling
know
you.
you don't. I understand. I get it.
It's
Jim.
such a good
I
run
know.
without it.
Hey, Jim, it's always better if you have great talent that is playing at. I get that, but I think the window. And Jason asked me this on our Digi Only. The window. You have now where you have a bunch of young players on rookie deals that make paying a quarterback that much more palatable. So from a Packers standpoint, you have 2 or 3 years here before you're going to have to pay one or two of these wideouts, a tight end. You got both of your offensive tackles for less than $2 million, and you just saw Tristan Wirfs sign, I want to say, for $28 or $29 a year. So you have to take advantage of that because you can then spend more on defense and more at other positions that when you have that quarterback and you have your left tackle and your wide receiver like you did with Devontae David Bakhtiari, it does limit what you can do with some other things. So it is wide open, and I think everybody up there, and I think all Packer fans should be looking at this and saying the Green Bay Packers should be in the equation as far as who you're looking at can win a Super Bowl this season, because if Jordan Love is as good as we all think he's going to be, and obviously the Packers feel that way with the money they just gave him, this should be a Super Bowl team, no question about it.
So, Tausch, as a guy who's been a part of these like training camps and everything like that, me and Molly kind of agreed. Obviously, we're agreeing that we wanted to sign Jordan Love as soon as possible. I said that it wasn't that big a deal that he wasn't there for the no pads like run through. We obviously got him just before they threw on pads and started what I was calling real practice. How much importance is there on that, like this year in particular, that first week of no pads and these guys kind of getting out there and just getting comfortable again with each other? Do you think it was a big miss to not have him there?
Yeah, it's definitely a miss. I don't think now you could say, well, pads, practice is practice. And I think you heard LaFleur say this after Jordan got back in. He's a little rusty. You don't get that time back. Now, is it something that you can't overcome? Obviously you can. And there's reasons you guys get injured and things like that. But I do believe that one of the big things, and Jordan was very smart, him and his team, to withhold his services, because the Packers would have had no motivation to go as far as they needed to go to sign him had Jordan kept practicing and doing all the things. So it does matter. It is important. Is it vital that if you miss a practice here or there? But when you start missing consistently, things move on in the NFL. And when you do that and you know that you have your guy right here that's leading your football team, I think all the players are saying we're going to get our work done, but are we really getting our best when we have Sean Clifford leading us? Nothing against Sean Clifford, but there's a reason he's the backup and Jordan Love is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. You need him leading that team because as great players do, they elevate everybody else. They push the coaches to make sure that they're getting the best out of their players and vice versa. So it is important, and I think it's more about the mentality and the approach to practice and getting ready for a season more so than it is you miss one practice here or there.
Tausch, we were asking for people's Packers sleepers of the season for our fantasy draft. What's your recommendation?
Yeah, I said this morning. I think Romeo Doubs, everybody this offseason was talking about getting Watson healthy. Oh, Jaden Reed. Oh, Dontavian Wicks is. Oh, Bo Melton he could be a sleeper. Oh, tight end this. And Romeo Doubs, even with Aaron Rodgers, when he was healthy, and the fact that I think Aaron had some trust issues with young wideouts, Romeo Doubs had some good games. You're seeing it now in training camp where he's busting up on Ja. He just continues to be productive. And I think you factor in his experience along with the fact that he's got a great relationship with Jordan Love, and you just listen to what coaches and players say. I think Romeo Doubs is going to have a monster season. That's somebody I think it's going to be a very difficult pick in fantasy football this year because your depth is so good, and different games will have different guys pop. But you just feel like consistency-wise and who do you know week in and week out is going to get a certain amount of balls, I think Romeo Doubs is the answer to that question.
We got a sleeper pick for another sports actor. Sorry, this is my last thing. From Mike and Monroe. He says, Will Ferrell, semi-pro, kicking and screaming, Blaze of Glory, and Talladega Nights.
Yeah, he's covered a bunch. He obviously loves sports. But do you really believe that Will Ferrell's going to be out there playing basketball? Or
I
golf?
love semi-pro, though. Love me tender.
Yeah, or ice skating or whatever it is. I get it. He's done. I love the fact that he does a lot of sports movies, but I would not put him in that same pantheon as Kevin Costner and Sylvester Stallone. I don't even think he's in the same league when it comes to that.
Yeah, I agree. The Will Ferrell, it's more funny because he doesn't look like he belongs out there.
Right, but
exactly.
yeah, you're right.
I would
His
agree.
suit and kicking and screaming, though? The blue with the tiger stripes, right? I think
Well,
that's
then
what
he also does the Ditka thing.
Yeah.
He does the Ditka part where he gets all into character. Mark, thanks so much for hopping on.
You got it, guys, gals.
All right, that's Mark Tauscher, brought to you by our good friends at Chalmers Jewelers, location in Madison and in Middleton. Custom jewelry. You want to get out of the doghouse. You want to, maybe you got a speeding ticket you're not going to tell your spouse about. When they find out about it, you can get them a watch or a
Good call.
Well, Matt, you are telling your spouse because she handles all the bills.
And she was
there. With
right.
you, so she's aware.
Yeah.
You can't be like Men in Black. Click. You didn't see this. Will Smith, he played Muhammad Ali, but that's it, right? Like, I can't think of another one. But anyways, Chalmers Jewelers, Madison and Middleton, great custom jeweler. They are family-owned. They are Madison's custom jeweler. And also, right now, I need Riley, give me a number. So we
Let's
number 10
go, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
10 works for
10.
me. I'm good with 10.
All right, we're going 10. 844-770-3776.
Ryan, there's a headset for you if you want to
Caller
jump on.
number 10 gets, I don't know what Ryan's doing here. I forget Ryan's here all the time. 844-770-3776. Caller number 10 gets a case of High Life, and I will tell you about the High Life dive bar of the week on the other side. Caller number 10, 844-770-3776 gets a case of High Life. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Ryan is absolutely right. I am savage.
We're learning a lot about each other. This is good to know. This is good stuff to know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Hunter Vaughn. Offensive coordinator Phil Longo spoke to the media on Monday, and he was happy with the momentum the team began to build to finish off last season.
To win in overtime against Nebraska and to beat Minnesota at Minnesota, and then to perform the way we did at LSU, we created some momentum there, and I thought it was the 3 games in the 3 weeks where I felt like I saw our guys playing instinctively.
Order today from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and pay as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Get your team ready and spend your fall evenings with MSCR on the volleyball court. Jesse Nelson here. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Fall Volleyball Leagues is now open. Men's, women's, and all gender leagues are forming now for play beginning in early September at locations around Madison. MSCR Adult Volleyball Leagues offer fun for every level of player and welcome all participants. For more information and to register today, go to mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org.
Dog, I can't remember a game that was this good.
Yeah, you know what else would be great right now? Some food from the Great Dane.
I know, but we can't go right now.
Good news! The Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Stay in the game with the full menu delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Order today with DoorDash and Uber Eats or on thegreatdanepub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time.
Collect a Bob Uecker Harry Doyle bobblehead at the Brewers game on August 17th, courtesy of Chevrolet. Inspired by Uecker's legendary role in the film Major League, the first 30,000 fans through the gates will get this special bobble. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball and Miller Lite.
Hey, it's UW Professor Hannibal Burris. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN.
The High Life Dive Bar of the Week on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
Depot in London, Wisconsin is the it's in between Cambridge and Deerfield. If you didn't know, Matt, did you know where London, Wisconsin was?
No, I don't think I could have. I don't think I could have driven there.
That is the dive bar of the week, $2. So you get $2 High Lives at the London Depot in London, Wisconsin. You get that all week. Congratulations to our winner of the case of High Life. But what a dive bar! I mean, the London Depot in London, Wisconsin. That name alone goats it as a dive bar, must stop at. But it's just one of those places, small town, the bar, fantastic. So go check out London Depot in London, Wisconsin. $2 High Lifes there all week. Jim, Matt, and Molly, we are in Tosa. I feel ridiculous saying Wawa, so we're in Tosa.
I don't because I say Baba, I say Wawa, I say.
Here's the thing, you sound ridiculous if you don't just say it all. You can't be like, we're in Wawa. It's like, we're in Wauwatosa.
When it's Wawa, though.
But Wauwatosa, it's just as weird.
Remember, your audience, Jim, everybody knows what you're saying.
Everyone knows Tosa, though.
I always get confused.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but you don't have to feel weird about Wawa. I'm just telling you, you don't have to feel weird.
Wauwatosa is weird. Wauwatosa.
I always get confused when people say that they're in the Key, because I'm like, are you in Wanakee? Are you in Milwaukee?
The Key is...
Are you in... There's other Keys, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
But isn't... the Key is what?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
No, Madison,
it's not
Wanakee,
Milwaukee,
isn't it?
But no, it's Key.
Key. It could be Waukesha.
Wanakee?
Pewaukee.
Pewaukee?
Yeah.
Which Key are you in?
All right, 844-770-3776. There's one right answer on it.
You're the one from this area.
I mean, last fall I was in the Keys.
The Wisconsin Keys. Oh, we're on to something.
We're on to something now.
What are the Wisconsin Keys?
We just listed them.
Okay,
Nowhere
bougie
close.
Matt. Gosh.
Bougie.
Yeah.
The Keys?
Yeah, like the Florida Keys. Well, I guess you live there.
I was like, I've been to the Keys. I can't count how many times I've been to the Keys, but yeah.
That is neat. Right?
Yeah.
Don't get mad because you want to go to the Keys.
Come on.
Matt and
I do
bet.
want to go to the Keys. Never been invited.
All right, next time.
Same with Ruth Chris.
You've never been invited to Ruth Chris or the
Fine.
Keys.
Matt, next time you and I go to the Keys together, we'll bring Molly.
Sounds good.
I know,
I'll bring the sunscreen because neither one of you know how to wear it, I don't think.
Perfect.
I do appreciate that.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I want to shout out everyone coming over to Dave & Buster's in Tosa. Tyler in Sun Prairie, Rick in Fitchburg, Noah in Madison, Eric in Green Bay, Tyler in Racine, Rob in Madison, Tyler number 3, no location given. That seems a little bit sketch. You bet these folks, Ryan?
I vetted them, all of them. They're all on their way.
Yeah,
Tyler number 3.
I don't.
What happened to number 2?
Yeah, what happened to the first 2 Tylers? Like,
Tyler-
are they safe?
Tyler
Are they
and Sun
safe?
Prairie is on
Yeah, do
there.
you vet them like presidential vice VP sort of
Oh
stuff?
yeah. No,
You vet them.
I'm gonna frisk them as they walk in. We're gonna make sure that they're all good.
All
Make
right,
sure they're good
you
to
give
be
them a
here.
good time. All
I mean,
right.
Hey, look, I'm trying to keep us
I didn't know it was
safe.
this kind of party.
He's going to give him the ocular pat down.
What
Make
other
sure
reason
it's
do I
safe.
have to be here at this point? I mean,
He's here for the pat downs.
honestly, the vibes and pat downs.
Honestly, what are we scared of? Because we already work with a serial killer. Like, it's
Honestly,
fine.
True.
I'm here to protect you. That's why I came. You guys are out of the Madison area. I didn't want anything bad to happen.
Just in case serial killers have like an unwritten like
Exactly.
code, right? It's like they're with me.
Look,
Everyone's like, okay, fine, okay, fine. But that guy
you can't hurt him.
that guy in the Bears jersey, he was gonna get it if you didn't vouch for him.
I just met Tyler number
Whoa.
3 at our meeting this week. He's on the way. That's why he has no last name, no location. We only go by our name and number.
What creek are you again? What
Prairie Creek Hunter.
Prairie Creek Hunter said Jim's fine, so we'll let it slide. Molly, she's good.
Man, I am. I want to get to someone as we talk about Ryan. I want to get to someone that reminds me of. This is kind of a cult classic. I don't know how to say his name though, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But it's in the Olympics. Do you know how to say his name, Matt? The pommel horse guy in the Olympics.
Oh.
His first name is Steve.
Yeah, Steve with the glasses.
Steve with the
Where he
glasses.
takes
There you
his glasses off, turns into Clark Kent.
Like, we
just
need
does
a-
the pommel
but
horse.
we
No.
did- yes.
You think everybody turns into Clark Kent. You've
Well,
said
that's
that
like
about
Superman.
multiple people.
But
That
have you
was Jim who
seen?
said that?
Wait, have you seen what he did though? Like his pommel horse. You would not guess that this guy taking a nap in the glasses looks like Ryan Wollersheim. Pulled off. I don't know. I didn't even know
Well, he
he do those
probably
sort
did
of
the
things.
calculus on how his body would be able to react. It looks like he did the physics on it.
Hit the Kawhi laugh, Riley, on that one.
Yeah, Riley must be on his cell phone.
Probably.
It's a big hockey page.
Robin Madison says, "Is that Ryan next to Matt? He looks so much bigger next to people."
Yeah, that's true. But wait, here's the photo. I mean, that we should have a side by side. Like
Of
that's
him and Ryan?
That's Ryan producing our show most of the time, with the eyes closed. Like, dear God, they're all idiots.
Dear God, Jim, get to break.
Right? AC and Tosa is the other person though, so coming here. So
Noah and Matt. Oh, you didn't finish our list of people that are playing.
I did. That was the last one.
Well, Noah and Madison says, "I'm driving you guys for the fantasy football."
I read it.
Oh, football
Tyler and Sun Prairie, Rick and Fitchburg.
for the football
Noah
fantasy. And I was really
Ooh.
confused when you said Tosa. LOL.
Football fantasy. That's a whole other thing. That's a horse of a different color there. Sick Wizard of Oz reference by me, by the way.
Yeah.
Dave in Deerfield says, "The key is Milwaukee. Come on." AC and Tosa said, Pewaukee. He also says, "I'm going to be at Dave & Buster's on my way."
All right.
OMW, so that's what means business. Let's see. Robin Madison. Robin Madison is not showing up. Who said I was showing up?
You called in, Rob.
It says Robin Madison on the list.
JJ and Boynette. Waukee is land in Algonquin.
That's
So Milwaukee is good land, but lots of other Waukees, Pewaukee, Packwaukee, Kishwaukee. Are these real places?
Kishwaukee. I have
No
not heard of
way.
Kishwaukee.
Oh, these.
that sounds like a pickup line. Hey, you want to go over to Kishwaukee?
David Deerfield says, Ryan, son of Dahmer.
No.
He's from Dahmerwaukee.
Nephew.
Very specific
They were
suburb
close.
of the Milwaukee area. I would say now, I guess, can I just bring someone in now since Robin Madison has bailed on us?
I guess, yeah. Now
all
we
right.
need somebody else.
844-770-3776. I would imagine you're close to the Milwaukee area, but the draft starts at 6. We're now down
No,
1.
it doesn't. It starts at 7.
What?
Huh?
Pretty sure it starts at 7.
No way.
No.
It
I
starts
think it's
between
6 to
6
8.
and 7. It's at 6:30, I believe, is when we're entering
I
the
thought
room.
we were leaving here at 8 o'clock.
No.
I mean, depends on how quickly we go.
It's definitely not 6. I found that out listening to our station on the way in.
Thank you, Matt.
I was not, so
Yeah.
glad you
So you have a little bit more time. So we actually
You can
have
get here from Madison in the amount of time
You
it
can take
takes,
my
right?
spot. You can come over here and take my spot, too. I know we're starting at 7. Good Lord. 844-770-3776. I guess be here by 6:30 and you'll be good. So you want to join our league, you can join our league.
Oh, we
Unless
had
it
it up.
might be a different
Riley,
job.
will you put that photo back up of Ryan and Steve from the Olympics.
See?
I see no resemblance.
Resemblance.
Not there. It's not there. I don't believe it.
Actually, Ryan, it's pronounced resemblance.
Okay. All right.
Ryan's going to fight you right there, right next to you. Fight. Love it.
I mean, the glasses just
It's stereotype. It's all stereotype. Anyone who wears glasses is the same person, you guys.
Can we just leave
Put it back up again. That looks like you. This time it looks like you. You have the same haircut.
Can we take a vote?
Oh, my gosh.
Can we get a vote on this?
Yeah. Ryan, can you put a pull up asking if you? This is a compliment. This man has saved the bronze medal for their team.
He is a crazy
You should
athlete.
just put up as a poll, like, are these the same people, yes or no?
Yes or yes.
We've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
That is true.
Are you somehow getting to Paris to compete in the Olympics and then coming back?
He went
and
to-
then
Yeah, there you go.
low-key not trying to rain on my parade by saying you're a more athletic Olympian than me?
Yeah, they're going to make a Netflix doc about us pretty soon.
This is amazing.
Or about me, I should say. Not us. It's
Yeah.
the same person. It's my two personalities.
Oh, so you do
Yeah,
multiple
it's the other one.
personalities?
Yeah, it's the other one.
That's the other thing we didn't know about Ryan.
One of them's a radio producer, one's an Olympic pommel horse champ specialist, and the other is a serial killer.
The Prairie Creek Hunter.
He's the Prairie Creek Hunter.
Honestly, Ryan, I'm impressed. You're very accomplished.
Yeah, well-rounded,
Yeah.
as they would say.
Matt, you only got 2 out of those 3, as far as I know.
Yeah. Haven't got anybody yet, but there's still time.
All right, it's 5:09. We got to go to break. Does anyone want to come join us for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft in Tosa?
844-770-3776. That's on me. I thought I had to get to 513. This is Jim at Molly, presented by Coors Light.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on 100.5 ESPN. From the season opener on August 27th to the NCAA tournament, catch every thrilling match all season long right here on 100.5 ESPN. I guess starting with the breaking news that Ryan actually won a bronze medal on the pommel horse. Congratulations to our very own Ryan Wollersheim on his gymnastic achievements. But aside from that, in Green Bay this morning, the Packers unveiled their winter warning uniforms. The new threads bring back the white pants the GNG wore with their Color Rush unis back in 2018 and include a brand spanking new white helmet. Packers haven't worn a white helmet since 1950. The lid has a white face mask and 2 green stripes down the center with the classic G on each side. Notably, no yellow appears on the helmet. The uniform will be worn on October 20th against the Houston Texans. The team is encouraging all fans to wear white for the contest. Brewers have today off after dropping 2 of 3 against the Braves. Tomorrow they're back in action against the Nationals. New pickup Frankie Montas is scheduled for his first ever start for the Crew.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim.
He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I don't know, but basically we rode up to the Viking game last year, got sick.
I tell you, next year he's going to ask for the highest contract in the NFL. I'm a nut, right?
I mean, like, Matt, were you made fun
Yeah,
of?
but Matt's cool now, though.
He's
That's
cool
the
now.
thing.
You said in high school.
Well, yeah, I don't
if
know.
I went fencing and won a gold medal, it would
But
be
there's
cool.
a difference between dressing up like a knight in shining armor and going poke, poke versus like sleep, 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 sleep. I don't know.
Lovely sound effects.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
And crush our clock. So, I don't know. Sorry, Ryan. Who do I need to apologize for? Now, how did we go from Matt? It used to be you and me.
Yeah.
And now we got Molly in here. We got Ryan. We got Riley. I mean, is this good or bad? We like this? Like, you used to be sitting next to me. Now Molly's in between us. Like, how are we doing here, Matt?
I mean, I can let you guys sit together if you want to.
I'm asking Matt.
You guys can touch shoulders.
Yeah, we'll get out of your way.
Legs, knees, whatever you want to do.
It's just different. I mean,
I think it's good.
It's good, absolutely.
But you know me, like I'm the more the merrier kind of person.
That is
so
true.
I'm probably a bad person to judge on that. I would do a radio show with like 10 people. It'd probably sound awful, but I would be so entertained.
You know, this show sounds amazing, so it is entertaining. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. So we did ask the sleeper poll question. You can chime in on it, but it seems like nobody cares. 844-770-3776 as far as, like, who's your sleeper on the Packers. But what I really want is I'm going to give you my fantasy football thoughts here, like I said before. Like, I'm not –
Give us your football fantasy.
Yes, my football fantasy is
The Bears win another Super Bowl.
Yes, absolutely. One truly in my lifetime. Me at 5 years old does not really count. I'm sure it was great, but I don't really remember it. So, yes, I would love – that's my football fantasy. You can chime in and share yours, 844-770-3776. Because I'd rather hear people's football fantasies than their fantasy football team stats and what they're doing.
I disagree.
So the thing is with fantasy football, the draft, in-person draft is exciting, and then it just gets worse after that because it's just this constant inane. And a lot of it's luck. I've had too many years where I've like led the league in scoring and been like 500, which is obnoxious. Where it's like, oh, I score all these points, but I just catch everyone on their best damn day. And then like last year, I swear to God, whatever the equivalent, I think I won 6 fantasy football games and lost the rest across all leagues. And, like, nobody can even be that bad. I just had horrendous luck. And then I ended up not caring, and then people get all upset because, like, you have to have, like, 6 apps. But, I do this one for fantasy football. I do this one for fantasy football. Guess what? If I'm 1-6 at 7 weeks into the season, I'm just deleting the app. You guys are going to have to deal with it. Like, I'm not setting my roster.
So
I'm not
terrible.
dealing with it. I don't want to do this in the first place. So
But then I'm pissed if I lose to him. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but what if, like, if it comes down to, like, one of the last weeks and you need Jim to win a game?
It's in the name. It's
he's playing
fantasy.
somebody.
It's in the name. It's fantasy.
But if you're like Matt, you're playing for some big money.
Yeah.
I put money in these leagues.
Here's the thing.
I've lost it. I'm out.
What we've done to, like, eliminate that is we have a loser has to pay in basically again. Like, last place. That
But what
way.
if they tried? That's not fair.
Well, at least it keeps people from deleting the app the way Jim does it.
But, like, I would be even more mad in that situation because if I'm, like, trying and I'm actually setting my lineup on a week-to-week basis and then I lose and then you guys are like, oh, well, you didn't try, so you have to pay more money.
Okay,
What? I would
that
never
was-
play in your league again.
We do that now because no one wanted to do our the loser punishment that it used to be, where it was like you had to go, like, draft in your least favorite team's jersey out in public. Or
I would rather do that than pay extra cash.
I
for
would
some-
too.
Well, no, there's some worse ones too. Everybody knows, like, everyone has, like, this story of, like, a bad fantasy, like, losers thing. Like, sometimes it's a tattoo. I saw one guy had to, like, join a, like, intramural, like, wrestling meet and had to, like, wrestle with, like, a onesie that says I suck at fantasy football. Like, that kind of stuff. You would rather just pay in, like, your $25 and be like, you know what?
Oh, it's $25. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously.
Okay,
it
I thought we were
depends on
talking
it.
like a couple hundred or something, but
No, I'm talking like normal fantasy football leagues are like anywhere I would say from $10 to like $50.
Gross. Have to do wrestling? Have you guys watched wrestling? It's
or like
disgusting.
a bad tattoo.
I don't want to.
That would be terrible too.
I don't want to. I'd rather get a bad tattaoo than
wrestle a hairy, sweaty dude.
It's a whole meat too.
No offense, Riley. I know you're a wrestler, but like wrestling is gross.
Riley, do you want to chime in?
A little
With all
bit.
due respect,
I'm
you're
not-
disgusting.
I'm not going to
I'm not
completely
saying he is.
disagree. I'm not going to completely disagree. Molly, you've seen my ear this week, correct?
Yes, cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of
What?
gnarly things you can get from wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA,
MRSA?
any sort of combat sport. Yeah,
Ringworm?
ringworms, gnarly. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. It's part of the game.
God, it's ugh.
So I'm assuming none of the boys are wrestling.
Oh, well, that's why I don't like wrestling. It's because one of the boys was in it. And he did it for probably 4 years. And it's just like, it's a sport that like I finally kind of started to understand at the end. But like half the time I'd be like, why did he get a point? Why didn't he get a point? How come they just rolled their arms and then they go like hitting the wristband? Like you're not watching WWE out there, and it's just like, like one thing, it's scary too. Like there was instances where he got like dropped on his head, I remember, which was really scary. But like you watch the bigger kids and it's like, I don't know, it's just gross.
Fair.
It's
Fair
gross.
I like the deep analysis here from Ali on it. It's just gross. All right.
I had to I was asked because at like one of our home tournaments they didn't have enough people, so I had to be the person that would go up and like run up and hit the ref with the towel to be like, time's up for each round.
What do you mean hit the ref with the towel?
They give you like a rolled up towel that you, if you're working like the score table, there's people that are doing
You
the
have to,
scores.
snap it?
No. Gotcha.
What
No.
kind of wrestler?
No, Riley, help me out here. It's just a rolled up towel
It's
that you go
seriously
hit.
hotel and suites, and you had two people are wrestling, and you'd be like, "Hey, time out!" Slap with the towel.
It's used because the
not wrestling, Molly. I
referees.
can understand why you find that gross.
You know, you were talking about tunnel vision that athletes have earlier. I think that the referees get in the same mode, so they can't hear the buzzer or when the timer goes off, so they have someone smack them in the back with a rolled up towel to let them know to stop the period.
Like the one that I was at, there's 10 different matches going on.
So you were
like
towel
each one,
slapper?
I was the towel slapper, so I had to have the stopwatch in my hand. So as soon as it hit 0, I go.
Nice. Did you make a sound effect when you did it?
No, I did not.
Did you?
But
feel
I was so happy. I only had to do it
called-
for like 2 matches, and they're like, "Hey, we have enough people." I was like, "Thank God, get me out of
Did
here."
you feel incredibly awkward doing it?
At first, yes, because there's like a ton of people watching, and like to me, I felt like people were watching me, which they probably weren't. But like the whole mat, like there's parents and all that, and
Didn't you wanna-
coaches and all this stuff. Yeah.
Just want to be like, "Hey, we're done. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get you
Time's
back."
up.
Yeah, it's over. I'm not hitting you with a towel, weirdo. I'm not getting involved in what you want me to do.
Just a little tap tap.
I mean, that's just classic Jim Contrarian, though. He's like, "Oh, you want me to do this because you are so focused on watching wrestling and scoring this?"
Yeah.
No,
How
not
about,
doing it.
How about be better? Do baseball umps need to be, hey, stop calling balls and strikes. Locked in.
I mean, they send it to the booth sometimes in baseball because they're not locked in.
What, do they have to hit him with a towel real quick? Like, hey, we're going to send this to the booth. Let me slap you in the face with a towel.
Have you ever been dialed in like tunnel vision when you're playing a sport or doing anything like that?
Yeah, but what does it have to? I don't need to
That's
be hit
what
with a towel.
Riley's saying is that
I
the
don't need
ref
to be
is
hit with a
dialed
towel.
in.
But the ref,
because he's trying to make sure two people don't injure each other, trying to make sure he doesn't miss
But
any
see-
points or scores. So like I can understand this. It's kind of a sport in itself trying to like ref that thing. I
But
would
see,
imagine.
also at this though too, like I said, it was a massive like match or meet, whatever you want to call it. That he doesn't like. There's not a clock that goes like it's. I literally have a handheld stopwatch. There's no clock
You didn't
for him
say
to
that.
pay
You said they
attention
couldn't
to.
hear the
Hold
clock. Okay,
on.
that's different.
No. I said I had it in my hand.
And
Gotcha,
let's
that's
be real too. Us. Not great time management. If we had someone behind us that threw towels at us when we were
Let's
supposed
not
to
give
get
Ryan
out,
any ideas.
I bet our show would be a lot tighter if we had a towel person.
Well, we wouldn't get blamed for it.
Yeah,
This guy would.
Yeah.
Let's not give Ryan
Jim
any
gets
ideas.
radio tunnel vision. I think you're the last person who should be throwing the towel
now,
at the ref.
I will pull back because I thought there was a sound that would sound
No,
off, and they'd be like, "Oh,
no,
too
not
locked in
for
to hear it."
not for
No,
this.
Okay,
Maybe for like a bigger match. There is. I don't know how they do it for like. I've only been to a couple high school ones, so I couldn't tell you. But like, there is sometimes though, because like I would go out on the mat and like tap them. Some people literally just throw the towel at them, like just throw the roll at them. It's weird.
So,
I don't know. Weird sport.
Tim in Oregon says that, Molly, the most gross sport is gymnastics. People spit on their hands, they bleed on their palms, and they hug a bit too much.
I mean, volleyball players hug a lot. Basketball players,
Yeah, the hugging is
football
more
players
of
lick their hands.
I'm not a big – football players pee on themselves to keep warm. So, like, football's gross.
Ugh,
Like,
football's gross.
There's plenty of stories about football players doing gross things. Stuff they do at the bottom of the pile, all that. Like, a lot of sports are just going to be gross in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've seen, like, the stuff from look, my daughter did gymnastics. She didn't have, like, the beat-up hands, or I don't think she spit on her hands, but her fingers would get jammed a lot. Her fingers started to get kind of messed up because you're constantly doing thanks for calling my daughter gross.
No,
but,
like, I'm just thinking of how it would hurt.
Yeah,
and, like,
so,
they
she got over it,
weird.
and she started, like, getting through it quicker. Like, you do that a lot in basketball, too. You jam your fingers a lot. My wife get mad because my oldest would crack her fingers all the time because it would feel good to kind of release the pressure and all that. So there are a lot of gross things, a lot of sports. Every parent that I've ever talked to would say that the most disgusting sport, and it mainly had to do with the laundry of it, is hockey.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. It is hockey, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mike from Edge Construction was telling me that once they had to build a separate, essentially, it was a separate laundry room just for hockey.
I believe
the boys
it.
would come, it's similar to the house that I have where there's an entrance from the garage into the basement. You have an extra entrance like that. So they put a room in there that the boys would come in from hockey. They'd go down the stairs. They'd hang up all their hockey stuff down there. There was a separate washer and dryer in that space. The boys could not come out of that with their hockey gear on. And there was a shower in there, too. And like that, they had to get all cleaned up. Pat Richter talked about his wife
gross.
talked about how, like, they almost get sick when you pull the hockey bag out after a hockey tournament. So I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think hockey wins as far as the most disgusting sport. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Ryan, what am I doing with the clock right now? So
Riley, being the great producer that he is back in the studio, has made it so that it's 2 breaks for the second hour of the show now.
Yeah.
We did this yesterday, except we just did it with 1 break because
Yeah.
Bo Allen was so good with us.
Yes.
But yes,
we need a towel.
Yeah.
What?
We need someone to throw a towel
We
at
do.
Jim
Yeah.
when you need him to go to break.
Yes.
Ryan, what are you doing here if you're not hitting us with a towel, honestly?
That's a great point. But no, we'll go to break here, and then we got throwing stones on the other side.
So I go to break right now?
We'll go to break right now.
Right now? All right, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly,
Right
presented
now?
by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
For love of the game.
There's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Bucks stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers.
in Middleton
and Madison.
Tee off this summer at Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher. Enjoy the ultimate golf experience at Prairie Pines with a range of membership options, from unlimited access to weekdays only. Whether you're a golf enthusiast or just a casual golfer, Prairie Pines has something for everyone. Just passing through? No worries. Guests are always welcome. Visit prairiepinesgolfclub.com to book your tee time and learn more about golf memberships for the entire 2024 season. That's prairiepinesgolfclub.com.
Metro Ford Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Get your team ready and spend your fall evenings with MSCR on the volleyball court. Jesse Nelson here. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Fall Volleyball Leagues is now open. Men's, women's, and all gender leagues are forming now for play beginning in early September at locations around Madison. MSCR Adult Volleyball Leagues offer fun for every level of player and welcome all participants. For more information and to register today, go to mscrsportsleagues.org. That's mscrsportsleagues.org. The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishops Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishops Bay Country Club, Coors Light, Zimbrick Honda, Sunday Paper, Clear Vision Pro Wash, and Bruner Realty. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Hey shady baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. We are in Tosa. That AC's making it. AC in Tosa, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Calling me out for something about the information was in the ESPN emails. I don't think people email me things. I don't think I was included on the ESPN email. I 100% blame Ryan for that. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Primetime Warsheim, live with us here at Dave & Buster's.
As someone who has to email Jim Rutledge on a daily basis, I can verify. You get all the emails that people send you just don't read them.
I get a lot of emails.
Yeah.
Jim's a caller.
Busy guy. He is a caller, yes.
Big time caller. The amount of
Yeah.
calls that I got from the ESPN Madison team today were ridiculous.
If I'm driving, you're getting a lot of calls from me. I am calling.
Yeah, you're bored when you drive. I can tell.
Yes.
Oh, and you can always tell when Jim is driving because he's yelling at everyone else on the road.
For sure.
But also, which is funny, we talked about this yesterday for speed, and you guys were like, I was going so this fast or whatever. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it what my speed was the entire ride here. I could have been going 100. I could have been going 55. I don't know.
I know exactly how fast I was going.
And we wonder why he got sick in his car. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Speedy. Let's just relax.
Hey, Matt's is worse than mine.
No, yours was more.
Yeah, but you got a bigger ticket than I did, sucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yours
but
like
you were
twice the amount of mine.
Yeah, but you were definitely breaking the law worse than I was.
Oh, I was for sure breaking the law, but not on purpose.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, look at this dork. Alex Strofe strolled in.
What do we know?
On his whiteout gear.
Oh, wow.
It matches his skin, though.
Yeah. Where is he? It's like camouflage for Alex Strofe in his whiteout gear. The whitest Packer fan around in all whiteout gear. I can't see him. It's like camouflage here at Tosa. Alex Strofe.
Just gave us the one-finger salute. Thank you very much, Alex Strofe.
I couldn't see it. No lies spoken. Does the man not see the sun? Like, do they not let him out of the studio here at ESPN Milwaukee? Ryan's got a little sun. You get out once in a while.
Oh, yeah. They let me out of the box every once in a while. Strofe only goes out at night.
Cage.
Is it a Pulp Fiction reference here? What's going on?
Come on.
Ryan tans by moonlight.
when he's howling at the moon.
Stalking.
Look, I spend plenty of time out at night in the bushes. I get a lot of moonlight. We're good.
Jesus Christ.
You asked for this. You wanted this.
We did.
You created me.
You created this monster.
Yeah.
You didn't create the pommel horse guy. You created this guy.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was born in the darkness. You only visit. All right, we're going to throw some stones? That sound about right?
That's
All
correct.
right, let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out.
I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Alrighty, you guys know what time it is. It's time to give your best takes. This is the first time I'm running this new and improved Throwing Stones. Looking forward to this. I'm going to give you guys, let's see, it's 5:34. I'll give you guys the full 60 seconds to give me your best take. We're going to go from how we see it on the video stream left to right. Jim, you are up first. Hit us with your take.
All right, this one is meant for Amari Cooper. So Kevin Bird from the Chicago Bears shared a story about how Caleb Williams, he was on a podcast, shared a story about how Caleb Williams basically pulled the team aside after one of the practices. And Kevin even mentioned that, hey, all of us were like, oh, God, what's the rookie have to say? And Caleb Williams said, hey, please pick up your bottles, pick up your towels. Let's all be better at it. There's a support staff here, the janitor staff. Like, they're working really hard. Let's not add to their days by just throwing our towels and our trash everywhere when we're in the locker room. All the players like, you're right, are bad. They started picking up. He brought that up as a point of respect, a good way for the rookie to make a statement to the team. Amari Cooper, who I think must have just done some half-assed internet research, decided to compare Caleb Williams to Russell Wilson, that he was overstepping his bounds as a rookie to speak to vets, and if a rookie told him, he would have just told the rook to shut up, and this is all a big dumb thing. Amari Cooper telling people to clean up after themselves is just a decent thing to do. He's not trying to rah-rah the team up. So Amari Cooper, you kind of just told on yourself. You kind of just told everyone you're an ass.
Alrighty, Molly, you're up.
I had to look to see where Amari Cooper was even playing these days. All right, so we did just talk about Strofe walking in here in full-on white. The color, well, they're not color rush. The all-white uniforms that the Packers have, kind of fun. The white helmet was pretty surprising. Ryan, you showed me it last night before you left the office that you were like, oh, it might be happening, but I don't know. I didn't believe it was actually going to happen. I really like the white. However, they look a little cheap to me. They look a little see-through, give me like the MLB like vibes of maybe not so much, but like they just look a little bit cheap and like see-through, especially when you compare them to like the Vikings ones that came out a couple years ago or last year, whenever that was. But also, one thing they need to get back to are the color rush uniforms. Those all green ones. I think they wore them like one game. They need to wear them like at least 3 games a season. So much better. I don't know where I'm at with time, but
No, I
that's
completely
my
forgot to start the timer, so you're
all
good.
good. I'm not going for another minute. I'll tell you that much.
You know what? Honestly, I was going to do a jersey beef as well. But since we're here, I guess I will take it about fantasy football. You know what? My beef is I really hate that we can't talk about fantasy football on the radio. That's my beef. I love talking fantasy football. It's a rule. No one cares about your fantasy football team. I get that, but there's some in-depth stuff here right now. Like, we're talking about sleepers for the Packers. They listed Tavian Wicks, Malik Heath, Bo Melton. Right now, Christian Watson's like at 52, 53 ADP. The guy was like 25 last year. A 5th-round guy who should be a 2nd or 3rd-round guy. That's a steal. That's a sleeper. I think this is good conversation for radio. That's my take.
Why are you staring directly at me when you say this, Matt?
Well, because this
is a Jim Rutledge.
No, it's Alex Strofe had that.
Right, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
no one
that's not
cares
a big
about
thing.
your fantasy football team. So I was looking at my producer currently. It's like, I'm not talking about mine. I'm just talking fantasy. I think it's good conversation.
I'm all good to talk about your fantasies on the air, Matt. we never said you can't do that. You just have to keep it within FCC regulations
You're
and
right.
not bore everyone to sleep.
You're right. That's
But
true.
I agree with you. I think that Christian Watson could be a pop-off player this year. If he doesn't pop his hamstring, he could pop off.
Give him the Kawhi.
Don't even put that out in the world.
Give him the Kawhi.
I'm sorry.
Don't
knock
even put
on
it
wood.
out there.
Alrighty.
Manifesting.
Ryan, you're at the table. Let's hear your take. You got 1 minute. Let's go.
All right, well, I guess I missed all the fantasy football conversation at the beginning of the show. What I did step in on in the middle, though, was best movie sports actors of all time. It reminded me, there's no harder movie to make than a good sports movie. Think about any sports movie you see nowadays. They're all either bad or the best ones that you remember are ones from your childhood, the early 90s, the 2000s, Field of Dreams. I think of movies like Radio, All the Right Moves. When's the last great sports movie that came out like in theaters? I think of the one there's like the Way Back with Ben Affleck a couple years ago. Other than that, it's almost impossible to make one that isn't overly cheesy. It's like a true story that's just glorifying whoever the center of the movie is, or it's a completely fictional story that's like actually original at this point. Sports, it's hard to be original nowadays when just about everything in sports that's got to happen has happened at least once and been made into a movie. So if you're asking me, a sports movie is the hardest good movie to make.
All right, I like that take. Let's use that take to jump off of because it got me Googling, which I think gets people thinking. 844-770-3776. But before we do that, Riley, why don't you crown a winner?
See, I was going to go with Molly, and then Ryan came in with the hammer at the end. Ryan, congratulations. Probably your only win possible.
Elbow drop.
Yeah?
Yeah, Ryan elbow dropped us all right there.
Well done, Riley. You learned well. You learned how to glorify the usual producer on the show, so good points. Well done.
Of course.
Producer collusion.
It is collusion.
We should just have random days where we
I'm
just
gonna
say, like,
have
Ryan,
this win
your turn.
vacated from you. I'm going to Brett Bielema you and get this win vacated.
Well, if Ryan wasn't there, it would have gone to Molly. So keep that in mind, Matt.
Weird.
Appreciate
Molly wins again. Weird.
Who would have guessed?
No pit vipers for me today, though.
No,
That's
I
too
forgot
bad.
him.
That would have been a nice look in here. It's a little dark, though.
Dark.
Might be stumbling all
If you
over
put the
place.
pit vipers on, Alex Strofe would just become part of the room. He'd just be a ghost.
He absolutely would. I forgot how slight he is. I'd like to see Alex Strofe and Ryan Wollersheim fight. I think Ryan would beat him up.
Wrestle.
Now Jim's
Wrestle. There you go.
No.
And I'll ref, and then you can hit me with a towel.
I'll bring
Time's
the
up.
towel.
I'll commentate.
There you go.
We finally got to Jim's fantasy. All right, an hour and 40 into the show.
Jim's fantasy has two producers.
I thought you were
duking
gonna
it out.
I thought you were gonna do a Jim to me as well. I'd be like, "This is Jim Matt Molly presented by Coors Light." No, let's. I thought you were gonna take it right the break on that one. Let nobody talk afterwards. Go be a winner. Go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Over 500 winners last weekend alone. Actually, the whole week was a big week. Over $2 million in jackpots over the week. I think it was over $3 million for the week. Just over the weekend, $1.2 million in jackpots. So go be a winner. Go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. We're going to talk about the best sports movies, I would say, I guess, over the last decade. We'll talk about that on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Hannibal Burris. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, playing smooth jams right after sports. Y'all still playing the smooth jams, right?
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like London Depot, the Nitty Gritty in Madison, the Dam Bar, and Dive In.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at two convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee too. tastes like Miller time. Collect a Bob Uecker Harry Doyle bobblehead at the Brewers game on August 17th, courtesy of Chevrolet. Inspired by Uecker's legendary role in the film Major League, the first 30,000 fans through the gates will get this special bobble. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways. Milwaukee Brewers Baseball and Miller Lite.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like London Depot, the Nitty Gritty in Madison, the Dam Bar, and Dive In.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beach Boys!
Now streaming, the Beach Boys tell their story in a must-see film event.
Brian, Dennis, and Carl, a cousin, Mike Love, and our good friend El Jardine. That's family to me.
Experience the definitive look at America's band.
They were participating in the creation of a California dream.
The fact that what was a family, that's where the success came from.
The Beach Boys, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now streaming on Disney+.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is back. On Monday, August 5th, the ESPN Madison crew is packing their bags and teeing off at Bishops Bay Country Club for a day on the links. The ESPN Madison Open is benefiting Miracle League of Dane County and is brought to you by Bishops Bay Country Club, Coors Light, Zimbrick Honda, Sunday Paper, Clear Vision Pro Wash, and Bruner Realty. Thank you for making a difference in our community.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Oh yeah, round and round, round they go. I get around, still clown with the underground when we come around.
Around and round. Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Finally, we hear this song. Of
So
course,
it's
it's when
funny.
Prime isn't here.
My feelings are a little bit hurt because this was in the last the Rutledge and Hamilton. I'm a huge Tupac fan. I get it. This was on the rotation the last time. So
Oh,
it should have
really?
been easy to have been in there because it should have left it.
Prime probably
Look,
just deletes it.
We've had some technical difficulties between the bumps going from show to show.
But like, I have like a J-Lo song that hasn't been played.
See, I did screen
have-
that J-Lo song. I don't think we can play that as a bump
What?
song. Yeah.
It was the J-Lo and Ja Rule song. What is it called?
It was something.
Can I be
No,
honest?
no, it's not with that.
My wife gets upset with this take too, but like, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I don't see the. I'm not talking that she's obviously a beautiful woman, but like, as far as like movies and song, like, I don't see the appeal of J-Lo. I have not seen one movie or heard one song from her. I've been like, that's good.
Ain't It Funny by J-Lo. That's the song that I had. Ain't that funny?
Like,
That one.
legitimately, there's
So
not a single song or a single movie that J-Lo has been in.
Um,
I like that.
It's she's in a lot of rom-coms, which is right up my alley.
Yeah,
not
but
really
they're
up
not
your
even, like,
your alley.
good. I like some good
She's
rom-com.
not a great actress. I will
like
say,
good
but I do
rom-coms.
like her for some reason.
She in any good sports movies?
My wife's a huge fan of her.
I don't
I
know.
don't think she's ever listened to a J-Lo song. But J-Lo, it seems like, all right, as a icon, obviously she's earned the icon status, all counts, decent enough person. But I don't. There's nothing there. There's nothing with her. I've been like, oh, this is great. Ryan, you were asking about more recent sports movies that are really good. So I just Googled best sports movies in the last 10 years. There's some good ones on here. The one I'll give you, American Underdog, is a trash movie.
I was going to say, I never saw that. I thought you were
No,
gonna
I
say
didn't
it's
see
good.
it. I saw the preview, and I knew it was about Kurt Warner, and I knew it was
You never
gonna be
watched it?
all hyperbolic crap.
So it's very evangelical. I'll give you that, and that's not on everyone's plate.
And I don't
it's
like
not
Kurt
for
Warner,
everyone.
so yes.
Okay, well, I guess if you don't like anything about
And
the
the actor
background,
is not a good actor, though.
He's good. Honestly, he's good as Kurt Warner.
I don't know who
and it's a
played
good
him.
movie. It's the best movie that I've seen that actually does football
I
scenes
want to look
well.
at IMDb. Okay, so we'll have to check. That's a little different.
Now, I know this one isn't from the last 10 years, but I can't believe it hasn't been said. Any Given Sunday? How have we not said that movie?
Oh, that's good.
Such a good movie.
That's a good sports movie, but as a movie, it's not great.
Iron Claw is. I haven't
That's
seen
a
it
great
yet.
movie.
I have not seen it yet. It's on my
Okay.
list. I'm very excited to see that one. Creed would fall into that. Creed's more modern.
Creed is a
Air count as a sports movie?
What's that?
See, I was thinking that. The shoes?
Oh yeah, that movie's fantastic.
But there's no actual sports that happen in that movie.
They have Michael Jordan, but they never show
Can I
his
tell
face.
you one?
Exactly.
Hustle, the one with Adam Sandler.
That
is
one's
a
pretty
really
good.
sports movie on Netflix. I really
The
enjoyed
Creed
that one.
movies were good.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
watch
Creed
that one.
movies are good.
Somebody texted in. I
Do we
wonder what
count
movie this
racing
is.
as sports? Sorry.
I don't know. See, I was going to say that
The
about
one
the
you're going to
Talladega
throw
Nights.
out, yes.
Which
Like Ford
one?
versus Ferrari?
Ford versus
Oh, I
Ferrari.
absolutely love that one.
That was a good movie.
That's a great movie.
That might be the best sports movie in the last decade.
AC and Tosa said the Netflix movie about the O-lineman who went from walk-on to drafted and died in a car crash a couple years ago.
That's
what movie
called,
is that?
That's Greater. It's
Greater?
the walk-on trophy in college football is named after him. I can't think of his name right now, but
So-
that Jim would hate that movie again. It's very up the
I watched the
Kurt
preview
Warner
for it, and I was like, I'm out.
lane. Yeah.
Eddie the Eagle.
Yes.
That is one that
I
I
loved
enjoyed.
it.
That one. Yeah,
I
that was
loved it.
really
That's good.
I would say
I never saw I, Tonya, but was that
I love that movie.
that movie's fantastic. That one
That's
you could
good.
say maybe not a sports movie because it's about her more than and her crime.
And our
Tanya
But
Harding.
it's still-
movies?
What's that?
Are documentaries movies?
No,
No,
that's
we're
different
talking,
things.
like,
Docs,
feature
there's
films.
amazing sports
Because
docs.
Icarus was really cool, and that was the doping in Russia during the Olympics.
Hey, don't bring up sports documentaries around Jim Rutledge. There's only one sports documentary that matters around Jim Rutledge.
Hoop Dreams. No, Hoop
Dreams from the
The Last
90s?
Dance.
Yeah.
The Last Dance, absolutely. But Hoop
That
Dreams-
is so good.
But Hoop Dreams is kind of the birthplace of the sports documentary.
I've heard The Boys in the Boat is good. It's about the rowing.
I see that up here. I haven't. They popped up.
Oh, there's
Dude,
Coach
we totally
Carter? I
forgot
don't know how we
this.
didn't say that.
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
That is trash.
I loved it. It was good.
I think I've said this before. My kids were like, and they love to watch everything. They're like, we're kind of done with this. The
was a-
gaming stuff, it just didn't click for
was
them.
bad.
It was a cool Fortnite character, though. The LeBron character. Yeah.
Did anyone
No?
go see 80 for Brady?
I did go see that. That
My
movie
wife-
is funny.
My wife
Was it?
enjoyed
It's
that
funny.
too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
my
didn't
wife
see
enjoyed
it. I
that
didn't
one
see
too.
it. But
That
I
was the
like,
last movie that I've seen in theaters because I saw it right before I had my son.
So I would say, well, King Richard, clearly, I mean, that was
That's a
nominated
sports
for.
movie.
Yeah, that was
That's
nominated for
very
a lot of
good.
awards. There's a movie Naiad that looks really good. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Dodgeball.
That's not.
That's not the last decade.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about the last
we're
one.
We
going
are
last
talking
decade.
about the last
Well,
decade.
that's
Where are
dumb.
you?
Molly's doing her own topic.
Yeah.
Bring it on, okay?
What is the?
I'd
goodness
love Bring It On.
Gracious.
oh, King Richard. With the
Oh, my
about
gosh.
I quit. Ryan, I just said it. We just talked.
Didn't you just yell at me, or you did? Wait, you said a movie?
Yeah.
And okay, fine. These two, God, party poopers, am I right?
Oh, remotes are fun. I like being at the remote for once. This is a lot more fun on this end.
It is way more fun on this end. I can just imagine you sitting back there and be like, these guys sound like idiots right
There are, and there's
Riley?
like,
JJ
Yes.
Poinette says, I really don't think of car racing as a sport, but Ford versus Ferrari was good. I haven't seen it.
See, that's where I
I don't think
I have
car
a
racing is
friend-
a sport, but that car race is a sport.
Okay, I've got a friend who drives IMSA, right? That's the like
Nobody knows what that is.
That's endurance racing.
It's what they have at Road America.
IMSA?
The
IMSA.
IMSA sports car
So
series.
they'll race for like 24 hours straight. Like him and another driver, they're like a team, and yeah, they race the car for like crazy time.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
It's a lot like Ford v Ferrari, though.
Yeah,
Similar, right?
Okay.
So he does this professionally for BMW. I think I should have him on the show and we can ask him some questions, and then we can determine again if
Hook it up.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be at Road America in a couple days, and I was talking to him about Road America course in general. I was like, so, like, is it fun going to the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and racing there? He's like, actually, it might be my favorite track in North America.
What kind of car does he drive?
Honestly, the car is such like a concept, crazy-looking car. It's not a car you could buy. It's not like NASCAR.
I say, because I always know when there's races, because, like, I drive that way sometimes, and then it's like you see Porsche after Porsche after Porsche, and you're like,
Right.
all right, there's something going on.
Yeah, you can bring your car out and race it if you want.
What do you think is more prestigious, Road America or Whistling Straits? For Wisconsin, like racing or golf venues?
Oh, my gosh, it's Whistling Straits, bro.
Whistling Straits? Yeah.
I just say that as a golfer who, they've had some really big events there.
I didn't.
Yeah, they had the Ryder Cup.
All right, I'm out of this thing.
All right.
So, Arthur the King, I haven't seen that one. That's a Wahlberg one. It's a little bit propaganda-ish, but there's like a dog that follows a guy.
Where it's like a endurance marathon where they do like 100 miles or something like that.
Oh, I thought that was the cop dog.
The dog
That's
follows
not
around.
it.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
What was the one I was just saying about Mark Wahlberg?
Invincible.
Yeah, that one was
That's
good,
old.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
from like
not 10 years ago.
2007.
No way.
Yes.
No
It might be
way.
Molly.
It's the
You'll be
2000
surprised.
No
Molly.
way. I don't even know how to spell Invincible.
We're not asking the top movies.
That's when he played.
That's
no.
TV series.
Oh, that's when he played for like
Molly?
the Eagles, right?
I got bad news to break to you. 2006.
I thought it
No
was 7.
freaking way. I am not.
We're not asking
No.
when did you watch the
I'm
movie.
not thinking of that movie. No, that's not the movie I'm thinking of then.
Is it about an Eagles player who like walks onto the team when they have
Yeah.
open tryouts?
That's the movie.
Invincible.
How is that from 2006? There's
Because
no way
we're
I watched it when
old.
I was 9. There's no way.
All right. Anyways, there's one that actually is on Disney Plus that I'm excited to see. It's called Young Woman in the Sea, and it's got an 8 on IMDb. It's about Trudy Ederle, who swims across the English Channel, first woman to do so. That one is one I'm actually very excited to see. So I just brought it up on IMDb here. We're listing some Iron Claws on this list. There's a more modern one.
You know what one we haven't mentioned yet? Wisconsin-based sports movie, Rise. The Giannis Antetokounmpo story.
That is horrible.
What?
Like, it is
How
horrible.
dare you?
It's fun for kids.
Is Ferrari
Yeah.
good?
What?
Has anyone seen Ferrari
I don't
yet?
know that one.
That is not a sports movie.
Is it
that,
not?
I mean, it is because it's about
Is
racing.
Gran Turismo a sports movie?
That's about a video game, racing. I don't know. That's very on the edge.
Wait, Gran Turismo with
Brad Pitt. Or not Brad Pitt, no, but
who's the old dude? A legend.
I don't know. The new movie came out. No, you're thinking of Gran Torino.
Torino, yes.
yeah,
That's
with
not a
Clint
sports-
Eastwood.
Ooh, not a sports movie at all. I was
No.
like, wow, you guys, we
I
really
would say
screwed that up.
So Ferrari's
Gran
kind of.
Turismo is about like the game, people who played the game, and then some guy
Yes.
took it and actually raced in the Gran Turismo.
You know what it is, Jim? You'd love it because you think NASCAR is an esports exclusive. That's basically what Gran Turismo
I do have it.
is.
I do have it there. I just haven't gotten around. Like it's on my saved things, but I haven't gotten all the way there. So, 844-770-3776. You can chime in on. I think the problem is, and this is where a lot of these are still saved on my Netflix, and we had AC and Toast and a few other ones mentioned, like Netflix sort of ones. I just don't think it's kind of like comedies. They're not blockbusters anymore. They don't do the big, necessarily even a full-on release. They're Netflix or Disney Plus or Apple TV releases, and then you just don't know they're out there.
Right.
Especially like some of these docs, like the Steph Curry doc on Apple, amazing. The Beach Boys doc, which I keep on hearing commercials for on our air for Apple, it's so good.
Yeah.
If you're a music stan, you absolutely love that. So we're in this gold. I think a lot of the doc, because here's the problem with sports movies. Most of them are made up crap. It's based on a true story, and like the final part is true.
Isn't that kind of what they said about like Remember the Titans?
Oh yeah, that
very
coach
loosely.
was like the players hate him.
Really?
Like he is not he's not beloved. Denzel's character is awful.
Same thing with Friday Night Lights too.
And The Blind Side. Apparently,
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Moore
Oh, yeah.
had
Oh,
an
that one
issue
kills
with
me because I love that movie.
Yeah, it was
But then when
pretty
all the
good.
horrible stuff has come out in the last like 2
Yeah.
months or 2 years, I'm like, meh.
Oh, Rudy's the classic example. I
Yes.
just went through. Rudy is actually a horrible person. He was not very well liked by his teammates. He was not some like hated walk-on and didn't get a chance. Nobody turned in their jerseys to get him to play. Joe Montana thought he was a try-hard dork. When they carried him off the field, it was an ironic thing because it was such like he was such a try-hard, and there was such and like what he did. The sack was considered unsportsmanlike because like he went out and tried to get the sack in a blowout game.
Right.
And like went and did this, and they carried him off making fun of him, not like in like a Rudy sort of way. Nobody chanted Rudy, and he's in prison for like a Ponzi scheme.
Sounds like the American dream.
Interesting.
Sounds like he peaked in college.
So, like, literally his name is, like, the only thing that's true in that movie. It's also,
and
like,
they carried him off.
Glory Road, I believe that's the one about the first team with all-black starting lineup to win the NCAA tournament. Pat Riley was on that team. They didn't make the switch to the all-black starting lineup in the tournament. The team was always, like, he always rode the bench on that team. Like, it's just certain things like that where you just make stuff up and then you make the story, which is already great. You didn't have to make stuff up in it. If you want to make up the personal connections, fine, but don't mess with history. It's actually a real peeve of mine. A big pet peeve of mine. Don't mess with history in sports movies. Like, you have your rights out there.
Yeah.
You don't want people changing your trajectory on the actual ice side of things, right?
Right. Yeah,
There's enough real drama in your story, in sports stories. You don't have to create more.
Who do you want to play you in your movie when it comes out?
if it ever does. It's tough. I don't know any of the younger new actors. Like, I think Danny McBride could have pulled it off in 2018, but now he's getting a little haggard.
So are you.
Whoa! They have to play me at 27, Jim.
That's a walk-off.
Says the dude with all the gray hair at this
You were
table.
only 27. That makes me feel so much better about my age because I'm 27 right now. Okay, now I feel good.
I was actually 28.
Wow, even better.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, this was Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Oh, man.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew, because we're from Milwaukee, too. Tastes like Miller time. Collect a Bob Uecker Harry Doyle bobblehead at the Brewers game on August 17th, courtesy of Chevrolet. Inspired by Uecker's legendary role in the film Major League,